Hey guys, this is Hawkeye and I am back with another episode of Fishing Planet, and we are here at the main map. Like I said in the last episode, thought about going through and doing some of these missions that I have never completed, as well as trying to get all the species in each of the waterways. Now I was originally going to go to Leslie Villa, but in order to do that I would seriously have to change up my inventory, and I really just didn't have time tonight to switch that up because it does take a little bit of time. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head to Mudwater because I know I can finish one off here pretty fast. And this particular mission is called the Mudwater Panfish. And as far as fish species for Mudwater, I'm going to have to check to see just which ones I don't have. I think I might actually have them all. I don't remember. Let me see. Mudwater River, 11 of 26, so I don't have them checked off, so I really haven't been here for a while. And if I remember correctly, I had caught the unique in an episode last year, but obviously it did not get checked off because I must have done it right before they started adding this. So I still have a chance of getting quite a few of the missions that are from catching them. You get one for catching all the commons, you get one for catching all the trophies, and I believe you get one for getting the uniques. Maybe not here, but I think you do for the later ones which have more than one unique. But I could be wrong, you might get one for getting the one unique that's present, and that is the unique bluegill. So looks like I've got quite a few of them though, and some of them are going to be fairly easy. So at this point I think what I'm going to do is at least get the ones to complete the mission and see how far I get with getting the others. Shouldn't be that hard or take that long, honestly. Now let me go ahead and get in here. I think I've got things in here that I really don't need, and probably ought to drop some things in. Maybe I don't. I might have everything I need, because it looks like everything I would use is present. I have a lot of things that I don't necessarily have to have, but it ain't going to hurt anything to have them in there. No? I think we might be alright. Alright, let's just deal with it. Alright, we're going to jump in there. Alright, last time I was here was during the event, so we are not going into any kind of peak at this point, so we will have to advance time a bit. So let me go ahead and go into a private room. Now, let's see, which one do we need first? Bluntnose Minnow, Pumpkinseed, and White Crappie. Well, those can pretty much be caught just about anywhere, but I'm going to go ahead for one area in particular where I think we'll get them a little bit easier. We're going to head for Pike Challenge. Again, you can get these just about anywhere, but right here this stick up is. And this has been a notorious place for fishing for a lot of different things. Right here you can get a lot of these just floating around here doing some float fishing. And obviously I am going to change my bait. I'm not going to use a bunch of bottom rods or any of that nonsense right now, because this is like as if you were just starting to play, and when you're first starting to play, these are going to be made available to you, these missions. So I'm going to grab a telescopic rod, which is probably what most of you will have. Some of you might have one of the earlier matchsticks, maybe. I don't know. We have to see. Or spin casting rods, but we'll see if we can do it with this. 40 inches is always a good general depth that I use for most of the species, especially panfish. I kind of start there, and then from there I'll make different determinations. But as far as what type of rod here, this one's a little heavier than probably you would use. C's are 23 foot, but you could use any of the entry rods with no problems whatsoever. Since these are small species, I would definitely go with a very small hook. 4 would work, but it's going to probably take a little longer to catch these because they're a little bit small, and it's going to be harder for them to get on that size hook. So I'd say anywhere from a 10 to a 16. Definitely a 16 for those little minnows. But we're going to start with a 10 because I want to try to get the crappie first. And crappie love a variety of things. Tell you one of their favorite things though are the leeches, but you won't get those until much later in the game. So they go for waxworms, they go for wedworms, I think they go for night crawlers and crickets, bloodworms. Bloodworms would be good for the pumpkinseed. So let's just see. I'm trying to remember which ones will come first. Redworms obviously would come first. They might even go for the bread. Yep, crappie. Let's just start with the bread. If I get it on there. There we go. And like I said, we need to advance time a little bit. Let's see, the peak is at 1 p.m. So let's take it to about 12 p.m. Now I'm going to try lobbing it in to start off with, and if we don't do anything with that, then I'll switch and hit F11 and see if I can't do better with that. But just cast it near the stick up, let it float down. You'll have to recast because of the current. Shouldn't take too long to get some kind of reaction. Make a liar out of me. Like I said in my comments to somebody below, I do so much better fishing this game when I'm not recording. When I'm recording, the fish just stop biting. I don't know what the deal is. Pretty funny. There we go. Got a bite. Not all that super interested in it, but yeah, he quit. And he's doing it again, but this time a little more emphasis here. I hope he doesn't snag me though, which they may do. Okay, common shiner, not the right kind. But we're on the right track. We need the Bluntnose Minnow. Hey guys, I just wanted to let you all know that Christmas is coming, and I just recently became a partner with the Fishing Planet store, and I'm going to be advertising a number of items that they have online that you can check out. And if you use my promo code that I'm going to be popping up here on the screen, you can get up to a 10% discount. Plus, there's a lot of items here, guys. I mean, you've got the tackle, you've got all kinds of new arrivals coming every day. I've got a number of caps I'm going to probably be giving away in the near future, and a number of other items I'm going to be showing off as the time progresses towards Christmas. But if you guys do put in that promo code, it will help me and it'll help you. Now, first and foremost, what can we say about the Fishing Planet gear? They have some amazing tackle here, guys. A couple of rods I'd love to be able to get, and I'm going to as soon as I possibly can. But right now, they've got them on discount. Plus, you can get the 10% discount counted onto this no matter how many you get, guys. Can't beat that. And in addition to that, you've got all kinds of gear, guys. Check this out, the caps, you've got cups, you've got glasses that are double layered, like this one here for drinking, and you've got shot glasses. You get 2 of those when you purchase these. And like I said earlier, I will be giving away a number of caps. How you win these caps will be determined in a later video, guys. So anyway, please check out the Fishing Planet store online, and I will pop up a link to that here, as well as my promo code. Christmas is coming, guys. We need to get on this quickly because it's going to be here before we know it. Anyway, we're going to go right back to the video. Same spot. Seems to be a spot for common shiners. Alright, let's try to... Let's go ahead and hit F11 and cast it where we want it to go. I think this time I'm going to put it right ahead of this. Just a little bit below it. The way I was lobbing it, it wasn't going to quite hit there. Shoot. Considered it hitting the ground. It's interesting. Okay, there we go. Now I see a fish actually biting it, and it looks like a crappie, from what I can tell. Really? I've had that happen to me a few times. Or if you've got it too close to you, that is something that has really been kind of aggravating. But if you've got it a little bit close to you and you try to reel it in, it'll say you took it out too soon, even though the thing is running off with it. If that happens to you, I would suggest stepping back a little bit and then casting. That tends to help. We got our crappie. Now we'll see if we can't get the Pumpkinseed or the Bluntnose Minnows. Now if we have a little trouble getting them, we might change our bait a little bit. I will try to keep it kind of baits that you can access early, though. I'm not going to try like using one that I know is going to get them. Because there are better things to get the Pumpkinseed than what you have early on. But when you have to be 11, level 11 or 14 or something like that, that's not going to help you if you're a new player. Yeah, they're definitely hopping about, but bread works adequately. It's not the absolute best for any means as far as panfish go. Worms are a little bit better. Maggots are a little better still. Waxworms are my favorite for the panfish. With the exception of the crappie and then its leeches. They just cannot resist a leech. If you want to get a unique crappie in the heron, you will get one using leeches eventually. Just keep trying at it. But here you're kind of wasting a really expensive bait because they will bite on just about anything here if they're a trophy or a regular size crappie. Alright, come on. See, that it did it again. So I'm going to step back and we'll redo it. You saw what I'm saying. It had the bait. That was when you were supposed to lift up on it. That is one little glitch in this game that I have been aggravated with for literally years, and they have yet to address it. It shouldn't matter if I'm that close. If I have it hanging in the water, I should still get the fish. See, once it's doing that, you've got the darn thing. There's our pumpkin seed. Alright, now we got one more to get. We'll have this mission under our belt. Basically what happened was I've had this game since the very beginning. I think it first came out in 2015. So I have had it from the moment it became available to the public. And during that time, been advancing levels. I'm sure some of the people that have been playing this a while have experienced the same thing. Well, in that time period, they added missions. And the missions, whether, if you're a level 63, you still have all the missions available to you, even the ones from the early maps. So they were sitting around in my queue. I had not really gone back to get them. Now I had completed some of the parts to it just from doing other things. And just never really got around to completing those missions. And then at the same time, they did that thing with the checklist, where you can tell which species you've caught. Now, I had caught them. I've caught them all, multiple times over. But you wouldn't know it from the list. Right, let me recast this. I think what I might do too is take the hook down to a 16, because that will definitely assure that I get something really small. And these guys are probably the smallest fish in this particular waterway. But a size 16 should definitely pull it off. I believe they go for bread too. If they don't, believe me, it's not like I keep the little guys, their preferences strictly in my mind all the time, but come on. Don't you dare say that I have taken it out of the water too soon. Alright, let's see. We've got another pumpkin seed. Obviously, you see that the pumpkin seed are right here. Yeah, let me take a look real quick here, just to make sure. Bluntnose Minnow. Okay, that's why they're not biting. They like bloodworms and redworms. Well, we'll go with redworms since we know we have those early on. You can pick them up at Lone Star for free. Bloodworms, I think you have to be like level 4 or something like that. Now, they may or may not be present in this shop. In fact, I'll take a quick look here. They are not. Actually, there's really not much else that they'll go for. But now that we got the small hook and the right bait, he's definitely fiddling with it, but you might have us another pumpkin seed. Yeah, this is definitely the pumpkin seed spot. Bluntnose minnows, I don't think they really have a special place that I have in my mind. Kind of caught them at random various places. And there it is. Yeah, you just look at how little this fella is. I mean, we're talking teeny tiny teeny. Yep, that's the last one. That is the smallest species found here. I don't know if it's the smallest species found, but it's up there. I don't even know what the largest I've ever caught of it is, but we're going to go ahead and keep him. And we accomplished the mission. Mudwater Panfish. Got some cash and a little bit of fluoroline. Not too bad. No bait coins for that, unfortunately, but that is off our checklist. Now, let me see here. See how many of these other species we can get. Now, I got a few of them. But what do we need? We need the unique bluegill and the trophy bluegill. Those can be found here. This very spot. Bowfin, probably downstream a little bit. Actually upstream, not downstream. Chain pickerel, right here is a good spot. Channel catfish, across the river. Surprised we didn't get one when we were fishing for the event. Freshwater drum across the river too. Grass pickerel also over here. So I think what we might do at this point, guys, is see if we can't focus on getting some of these pickerel out of the way. Now pickerel are only found on this side that I've ever seen them. I've never caught them over there. Now, unless things have changed, and things do change, they've been changing a lot of stuff since I've been playing. So they could be caught other places that I have not caught them before in the past. But I'm going to try this Featherlight 7-foot. You want a light lure of some kind. Usually a spoon. I don't think I have any other spinning rods in my availability here that are light enough. No, I don't. But we'll stick with this one. We've got plenty of things that we can use that they go for. This eagle spoon is actually very good, but it's a little too heavy for this, unfortunately. And I don't think I can put it on my other rod that I have here. 5/8. I think that's, yeah, it's still too light. So we'll go ahead, we'll give it a shot with what we've got. And we might be able to get them with that. I don't know, we'll have to see. I have not tested it for a while, so I'm not 100% certain. But spinners are usually pretty good too. But I'm going to cast it out here, this direction, towards that marker. I don't remember what that marker's there for, but I think it might be for an event fish, I'm not sure. I'm going to let it sink. It used to be the lift and drop was ideal. I'm going to try it for a little bit this first time. But I got to get... Oh wow, that was fast. Now this could be bass also. Bass love these lures too. And as light as this rod is, it can look like it's a monster, and it's really just a small fish. Yeah, it's a bass. I figured it was. It was too powerful. Full size too. Went for that little bitty lure. In Mudwater, you'll spend a lot of time in your first levels. A lot of fish here, a lot of fun, a lot of variety, a lot of good memories of this particular location for me. We got something else decent size here too, guys. I think it's another bass. We're gonna get a lot of bass, I guess. They're really biting. I'm going to try a little closer to those stick-ups because I think that's part of the problem with me getting the bass. Bass are further out. Now the stick-ups is where the pickerel seem to hang out. Both types. You can try the stop and go, you can try the lift and drop. I wouldn't go above 2 of those little notches though. Anything faster and it's just a little too fast. Anything slower, it doesn't seem to get their attention much. They will bite, but not nearly as often. Just keep casting between those stick-ups. Like I said, I may not try to cast too far because that means I'm going to get bass. Try lift and drop again. We had a bit of a lag there. That eagle spoon that I have is really, really good for the pickerel. If it wasn't so heavy, I would use this, but I might still go ahead and try it. Oh, something was definitely after it. Ah, damn. Hold on, let me switch over to my other rod, and I might just give it a shot anyway. Okay, wait a minute. The Krampus horn, what does that go down to? Okay, I didn't realize I had this one. Alright, I was looking at it, but... I've got a nano spinner. Might try that real quick. I sure do. Marvelous nano spinner, and that means I can use the spinner tail. This might get our little pikey fellow's attention. Yeah, pike, pickerel, muskie, they're all in the pike family. They're all predators. Voracious predators, mind you. Ah, heck, I got a snag. Believe it or not, there's a mission for them too. You can actually catch sticks and complete a mission, get cash and some kind of reward. Have to take a look at that. Yeah, you can do that with that, and you can do that with junk. So if you're going to do it with this, use a stop and go and do it slow. It seems to get their attention pretty well. There we go. Grass pickerel. See, they're not very big. And I don't think they come any bigger here, if I'm not mistaken. They might come in trophy. I don't remember. Let me see here, guys. First, let me take a good look at it. Yeah, this is the grass pickerel. That's about normal for them. Not a huge fish. Definitely not like their cousins. But they bite just as well as their cousins do. Chain pickerel are a little bit harder to catch here. I don't think the redfin are found here. I think the first place you find the redfin are at Emerald Lake, but let me make sure of that, guys, before I tell you wrong. I get these mixed up sometimes. But yeah, it looks like it's just the grass and just the chain. The chain can be found here as well. As you can see, they go for casting spoons, shads, crankbaits, poppers, jerkbaits, and minnows. They will also go for that spinner as well. Doesn't say that, but they will. Since it says crankbait, I am extremely curious if I have one of these in my inventory here. I do. Mini crank. I have not tried this, and I've wanted to try it. But I have a mini crank that's 1/6 of an ounce. And I wanted to see if the chain pickerel will go for them, because they do go for crankbaits. We'll knock it up to 2, and we'll just see if they go for it. I don't know, the bass probably will, but hopefully they will avoid it. Yeah, if you're going to get something off that eagle spoon, you will definitely get these fellas, but I've not had a chance to try a mini crank here, and I really, like I said, I really wanted to try it just to see if they do go for it. Here's something. Now this could be any number of things though, guys. This could be a bass, this could be a... But I think we might have what we're after. There you go. They do go for it. I was able to prove it. Awesome. I had not tested that at all. This is the first one I've caught with the mini crank. But give it a try if you got them, guys. 1/6 of an ounce, got the chain pickerel. Second try. Pretty darn cool. Hydroecologists of the Mudwater River catch all fish species of common form in the Mudwater River. 1 bait coin. So there's another challenge right under my belt. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Claim that. Let me see here, guys. What have we got on our list now to take care of? That's all of the... Yeah, see, the chain and the grass come in common and trophy. However, this guy does not say anything about the crankbaits. It says poppers, shads, walkers, frogs, and casting spoons. So whether they go for it or not, I don't know for certain. But just because it's not on the list does not mean that they don't go for it. That much I have proven time and time again. And we got something. And it is something of those species. Let's see here. It is a grass pickerel, so they do go for it. Just proving something else. Grass and the chains both go for the crankbait, so we could very easily get a trophy. It's just a matter of timing. Just a matter of timing, guys. Yeah, I think what it is they list the types of baits they go for, and I think it's kind of a guideline to start with, but it doesn't mean you're limited to that list. Especially if they have a whole bunch of them. And these predators, they go for a lot of stuff. I mean, it's crazy just how voracious these animals are. I have been fishing before and threw a sinker, and I'm not joking. I threw a sinker with a hook on the end just to be playing around. I was just playing around. I was not fishing. I had a sinker and a hook, and I was reeling it in, just practicing my casting. And a smallmouth bass latched onto it. Wasn't using any lure whatsoever. And he apparently was hungry enough that he saw movement, and that was all he needed. So there we go. Okay, now this is big. Bigger. I was thinking if it's a grass pickerel, it's a trophy. If it's a bass, it's got to be a full-size one. I think it is a bass. It looks like it. So the bass do it too. Yep, it is a full-size largemouth, one of the bigger ones. Trophies are very hard to get here, I will tell you that. They are here, but they're very hard to get. And I think I've only caught them a couple of times off lures. I usually catch them off of baits, float fishing, most of the time. And I've only got them in one location, but I haven't tried in a while, like I said. And things may have changed. They do keep changing this. Yeah, it seemed like they had more hot spots that you had to catch them in the early part of the game. Now, the hot spots are more or less still there, but they can kind of filter out into other areas now. So just because you're fishing a spot that used to not have any smallmouth buffalo, for example, doesn't mean I won't sit there and hook into one. I've done it recently. It never happened in the early part of the game, but it does now. Ah. Yeah, this trophy is going to be a harder one to get. I can tell you that right off the bat. Might try. Can I do a 1/3 ounce? Yes, I can. Try a little bit bigger crank. Now this has got a 2/0 hook, so it's going to attract bigger fish. A little bit heavier, a little bit larger. Different coloration though. Also going to snag here. Let me see here. I can't get too much closer to that than I already am. This is seriously though the pickerel hotspot, and always has been. But I have been picking them up in other locations on rare occasion. One of which is right across from here. I've been picking them up on the other shore if I cast over there. So if I don't get anything here soon, I might... Oh, wow. Did you want that? Okay. It's been hungry. Yeah, if you come over here, there's another location over here that's actually been fairly good for the pickerel recently. But I've been float fishing for them. But over in this area here, reeling towards me, I've gotten them on occasion. I haven't tried them with this, obviously, but I've float fished for them and gotten them. Yeah, well, there was a time when you could get the alligator gar here. And right over here is where they used to be found. Then they moved them to Quanchkin Lake, which really disappointed me. It was great being able to catch a big fish out of here. But they did up them to trophy size, so that was something. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for this crankbait here. Try one more time. Always try at least 5 times though, guys. Give a spot 5 casts. And if nothing happens, move on. Or change your your lure. So your preference. Now, I have, like I said, caught them with the eagle spin, so we're gonna go with that. We'll try over here. Come on, try to lift and drop through here. That got something's attention. I think we might have us another grass pickerel here, guys. Yep. So there you go. Definitely likes that. And they do seem to like the lift and drop here. That has not changed, apparently. Lift and drop is much harder to get, though, now. The only problem with the lift and drop, a lot of people have told me they can't get it at all. But it depends. You really have to kind of play with it. And I really have a hard time getting 3 dots. Used to be able to get it real easy. Just wait for a second and then hit both buttons at the same time as the way it initially did it. But they changed something and it's not been the same ever since. Yeah, we may have to make this go into another episode. But I'm just going to keep fishing, and what we'll probably do is just cut it and start over in another episode. Because this is going to take a little while to get all these. Just will, but it's going to be fun. If you have any questions, be sure to put it down in the comments. Like I said, I'm not a tutorialist. I am not, I don't provide guidebooks and all this other stuff. I fish. I take you fishing with me. But I will tell you things I've learned over the years that I've played this game and over the years I've fished for real. What does and does not work. But the best tool for fishing of any tool that you could use is patience. Just gotta be patient. And have fun, man. Just have fun. Relax. This is not supposed to be some kind of competition. I am not into that stuff, all that competition crap. Yeah, I've had friendly ones with my buddy. But that's what it is. It's just friendly. The whole point of it is just to relax and enjoy and spend time whoever you're with. And just enjoy life. But yeah, this is getting a little long, guys. Anyway, I'm going to keep at this in the next episode, but for now, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please be sure to share, comment, like, and subscribe. And as I always say, aim straight, cast far, and have fun. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.